We are less than a week away from leaving for Christmas, and there is still so much to do to get this car in paint, done, and back in the garage before we head out of town for the rest of the year. To get started, we're going to get into all the cracks and crevices that we can't get into with a sanding disc with some 3M. This is the Scuff It paint remover gel and Scotch-Brite pads. We haven't used this before, but the forums say it's a really good option. So instead of just going in there and wet sanding it, we're gonna give this a shot. Originally, weekend plan to repaint my 2006 Lotus Elise has not gone anywhere near as planned. As we started taking the car apart, we realized that almost every piece of this car needed some type of fiberglass repair. And of course, the entire car itself is fiberglass, very, very thin fiberglass, which is what gives the Lotus Elise its lightweight notoriety, which is actually a huge problem if you have any type of damage to the car, which we so happen to. So the first piece of damage that we had was on the driver's side rocker panel, which had been cracked. I think someone had originally tried to jack the car up by the rocker panel because it cracked straight through, and the rear tub of the clam had settled onto the very, very thin and poorly repaired fiberglass, causing the entire rear clam to sit down onto the back mount here of the rocker panel and crack all of that. So if that damage wasn't enough, of course, we also had damage to the rear hatch, some damage to the front clam that we knew about already, and damage to the hardtop. So it has been an absolute nightmare, but when the car is done, it will be in absolutely fantastic condition. And the good news is, with all of the paint prep that we are doing, it is going to look absolutely beautiful when we're done. Now, it won't be show car quality, of course, because I just don't have the time or desire to do that. And I'm not a show car person, I'm a track car person. We're building a track car here, people. So the paint prep process has been a little bit harder than we expected. What are we doing with the car in 2023? I'm glad that you asked. I know you didn't, but you're here, so I'm assuming you care at least a little bit. So the first thing that we're going to do, obviously, is finish the paint prep on this car, and then I have a rear diffuser panel delete, which is going to match absolutely beautifully with my new exhaust that's going to come out the side. So we had originally talked about doing a K-swap to this car like Schmodified had done on his Turbo K-Series Elise. That has been an absolute nightmare for him over on his channel. After living through that project, I've decided I want to see just how resilient this Toyota-based, tuned by Yamaha 2ZZ engine is. I have been raving about how reliable the platform is for years, so I want to beat it up as much as possible just to prove my point and get it up high mileage, because I'm sitting well below 100,000 miles on the car right now. So once this engine blows up, maybe at the end of next year we'll consider a K-swap or something more exciting. But besides that, we're also going to be picking up a new project car at the beginning of 2023. Now, Saxon over at the Schmodified channel will be picking up a surprise. Of course, it's another Lotus. I'll let you guys figure out which one along the way. But I have a hole in my heart left by the WJ that exploded a few months ago. I didn't get to do a lot of content with it because I owned the WJ, which for non-Jeep people is a early generation Jeep Grand Cherokee. I had the 4.7 V8. Nobody boo me. I know, everyone told me the 4.7 was unreliable. I wasn't really that surprised when the engine exploded 2 months into owning it, but I did have a lot of fun. I jumped the car, I slid it into a tree. It was a fantastic car, but it has left a gaping hole in my heart where all of my off-road friends get to go out now and I don't. So at the beginning of next year, I will be picking up a less than conventional off-road SUV. One area of focus that we're going into next year is this absolute rat's nest of a wiring harness that is my entire Lotus Elise electrical system. I mean, it is a nightmare. And this was not done by Lotus. This was done by whoever previously rebuilt the car. Now, As we've taken the car down completely just above the gel coat, we've noticed a lot of really shoddy, very questionable fiberglass repair. So I'm not really surprised that the electrical is any worse shape. As we started taking the car apart, we realized why so many of the components don't work. And that's because they just straight up weren't plugged in or the wires were corroded. So we have a lot of wires that lead to nowhere, and it's going to be an absolute nightmare. But when it's all cleaned up and good to go, the car should be in fantastic shape.